At Digital History Pioneers Foundation, we are about grassroots history on digital platforms. That means we are about podcasters, documentarians, YouTubers, and even TikTokers. All of these creators are out there trying to share their love of history with the public. They don't need ideas, they need funding, both from viewers and corporate donors. DH Pioneer's initial funding focus is on the Civil War era, with a special emphasis on the Addressing Gettysburg podcast. So be a vital part of the unique content Addressing Gettysburg has in store by donating at dhpioneers.com and help bring your love of history to the people. Digital History Pioneers is an IRS Section 501c3 approved charitable corporation that makes any donation tax deductible to the fullest extent of the law.
Hello everybody, welcome to this coverage of the 2025 Memorial Day Parade here in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. It is actually the 158th Gettysburg Memorial Day Parade, and I am here with my co-host from AG Today, Bethany Yingling. Hello, Bethany.
Hello, Matthew.
And Bethany, we have a raucous crowd here.
We do.
Everybody's
been patiently waiting for quite some time.
Very patiently waiting. I think they're just happy to be out in the sun because we've had some pretty bad weather for the last month, basically. Just nothing but rain and cold, and finally now it's sunny and almost 70 degrees. Down on the porch of Sentimental Journey, I believe it was.
It's a few down.
Or near there.
Yeah.
There was a brass band playing.
Yes, but under the direction of Ken Surface.
Yes, and that was fantastic. They were really good, and it filled the street with the airs of the past.
Yes.
And we really enjoyed that. We did a little dancing in the streets, which is kind of hard to dance to marching music.
Yeah.
But we did it. It was stiff. It was stiff. We're sitting up here. Let's see who else is. Let me go over here real quick and say hi to some people. We are walking over. This is sorry to interrupt. We've got Court Micker. Hello, Court. Say hi.
Hey, Matthew.
And we've got the great Richie Condon.
Hey, Matt.
Richie, by the way, people are loving your reconstruction episode.
I love
part
to hear
2.
that.
Did you see the comments lately?
I did not. No.
They're very good. They're very
That's
good.
Good to know.
Kim, Rich's fiance, is here. Say hi, Kim.
Hi, Kim.
Oh, that was that was cute. And Court's dad is over there. Hello, Court's dad. So thank you guys for saying hello. Of course, nobody could see you because we're only doing one camera today. But imagine there was a second camera that got that conversation. It would have been amazing.
It would have been. You would have seen their expressions. You would have laughed, cried.
Absolutely.
Felt change forever.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and the parade looks like it is beginning here. Of course, Gettysburg's finest is leading the way, clearing the way so that if anybody's out in the street sunbathing or something, the cops will get on the PA and they will say, "Get out of the road." So here we go. This is the Gettysburg Independent Blues Color Guard. It's part of the 2nd Military District of the Sons of Union Veterans, the military and ceremonial component of the Sons of Union Veterans of the Civil War. The Blues once served as Gettysburg's hometown militia prior to the outbreak of the Civil War, and they comprised Company E of the 2nd Pennsylvania Volunteer Infantry and later Company F of the 87th. For more information, contact the Commander Trevor Taylor at GettysburgBlues@gmail.com.
The gentleman walking behind there was Barry Decker, who is the chairman of the Gettysburg Joint Veterans Memorial Day Commission.
And this card number 1 here is Mr. Robert D. Alessandro, the acting secretary of the American Battlefield Monuments Commission.
We have another color guard.
Another color guard that is not on our list.
This is the Marine Corps with the Commandant from the League State of Pennsylvania. In the car is Grand Marshal Diana Henry, who is the Commandant.
There you go. And our friend Mayor Rita Freeling of Gettysburg, there she is. If I lived in Gettysburg, I would vote for her in the next election there.
Well, you missed it because that was last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did she win?
No.
Damn it. Oh, that's sad.
Our new mayor will be Chad Allen Carr. Yeah.
All right, what do we got next?
Next, we have State Representative Dan Mao.
Oh, I know Dan. Nice guy. He's a guy who will actually listen to you.
Out of a very gray pickup.
Very gray.
This is a amazingly gray pickup.
That's like the lightest gray pickup I've ever seen. That's fantastic.
This almost looks fake.
All right, there you go, Dan. All right, what's next here? Oh, this is the American Legion Post 202. American Legion has delicious food, by the way. If you're a member or you know a member, have them go
Tim.
over there. Tim who?
Walker.
I don't know Tim. There's a lot of Tims around here. Tims, Erics, and Max.
Yep. And that gentleman in white is the man who married me at the Lower Marsh Creek Presbyterian Church.
Oh, I thought the man who married you was sitting right over there.
Well, yeah.
It's her husband, Mark. Okay, where are we now here? It's your turn. Sons of Union Veterans.
Yep, Sons of the Union Veterans are in this car. That doesn't say
No,
that.
see, but that says Gettysburg Independent Blues. Damn this list.
Yes.
Here's the Sons of Union Veterans.
The Sons of the Union Veterans in this car.
All right, and then there's the Thaddeus Stevens Society. Ross Hetrick as Thaddeus Stevens. Last year, if I recall, his wig blew off.
And then after that, we have the Central PA chapter of American Gold Star Mothers. Sandy Seidel, mother of Army First Lieutenant Robert Seidel III, who died on May 18th, 2006 in Iraq. And Cher Connor, mother of Army...
I don't know where the hell you are on this list.
Down here. Okay. Martin W. Condor,
now,
killed in action on April 29th.
Now, so the Gold Star families there, I want to tell you about them real quick, though. There are marchers who were in the ROTC. They were carrying posters with the pictures, names, branch of service, and date of service, and they're killed in action dates for family members who couldn't be here for one reason or another. So that was nice. Okay, so the list we have is a little off.
A little off. Okay.
But that's okay. We improvised. We figured it out. We are capable of such things.
Yes.
Now, let's see. This one here, let's guess and see if we can figure out who it is before we see the sign.
Nope.
Daughters of the American...
Daughters of the American Revolution.
Okay, there's the other... Okay, that's card number 8. Daughters of the American Revolution. This is also the children of the American Revolution, sons of the American Revolution, daughters of the Union veterans of the Civil War, Bethany Society. We saw all that. Okay.
This is the daughters of the Union
So it's
veterans
just
of
a
the
big,
Civil War.
it's a big pot of people that throw it in there. This car coming up here is Superintendent of Gettysburg National Military Park and Eisenhower Historic Site, Chris Heister. There she is, waving to the camera. All right. We've got a bus.
She's thrilled.
All right, this is the
now.
Gettysburg Combined High School and Middle School Band. You got tall kids, you got short kids, because they're all at different ages, and that is why it's a combined band. Here we go. And next we have the Hanover area Young Marines. Some of them are really young.
Very young.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, in a stroller young.
Yeah, look at that. No better time to start them than young.
And then we have the Marine Corps helicopter, which is escorted by the American Legion riders. They're the riders now.
There they are. Right. Here comes the helicopter. Now you might be thinking it's going to land in front of us. No, 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 folks. It's on a flatbed. You'll see it in a moment.
Some of our, I do believe, Vietnam veterans usually are on this.
Yep. And maybe this is the tri-state base, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia of the U.S. What is that? Submarine Forces, U.S. Navy.
Yep.
Obviously, because who would be the Air Force in a submarine?
Their purpose is to perpetuate the memory of our shipmates who gave their lives in pursuit of their duties while serving their country.
Well, it's a duplex. We
Yes.
very, very quiet.
That their dedication, deeds, and supreme sacrifice be a constant source of motivation towards greater accomplishments. Pledge loyalty and patriotism to the United States of America and its Constitution.
All right, and then here we have the Zembo Shriners. The Zembo Shrine is an award-winning unit out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and are among hundreds of Shriner activities throughout North America, serving mankind through resources of its great philanthropy. Supports the Shriners' 22 hospitals for children. If you know of a child with an orthopedic problem, spinal surgery, or a fire victim, call 1-800-237-5055.
And then in the purple here, we have Jove's Daughters from Bethel number 12 in Gettysburg.
And here's Cub Pack 79, St. James Lutheran Church out of Gettysburg.
Aren't they the most adorable?
Aren't they something? Aren't they something?
I'm in love with them.
Reminds me of when I was that age.
Were you a Cub Scout?
I was.
No.
I was. Yes, sir.
No.
St. Peter the Apostle Parish. All right, now we got some reenactors. There are some Union guys. Just
Ones listed here are the Federal Volunteer Brigade of the 82nd Pennsylvania Volunteers.
might be them, might not
Yep.
be.
And now the Confederate Volunteers. That is from the historic Daniel Lady Farm.
All right. Daniel Lady, proud to present the Confederate Volunteers, a group of reenactors from various organizations who regularly support the events held at the farms and came together today to honor their fallen ancestors. Led by Chris Jones, the overall Confederate general for the Battle of Gettysburg reenactment. All right.
I have some of our guys from Officers for the Union, Ladies for the Union, and they're representing reenactors from multiple war eras.
Here we've got the World War II Experience Museum.
And the first one should be Mr. Manny Grillo, as a native of New York, and now lives in Gettysburg. He's a Vietnam veteran, Purple Heart recipient, 1st Army, 2nd Infantry, 28th Battalion of the Black Lions, Recon Special Operations Group.
Now this is, it might be a little bit out of order here from our list. It's one of the notes we have. Yeah, okay, so the next one here. Betty Thomas.
Yeah. And then
Ms. Betty Thomas, Cadet Nurse Corps.
And then Mr. Irv Gears, U.S. Navy Seabees. Oh my gosh. How cute. I'm in love. And now we have Wheels and Tracks, Military Vehicle Preservation Association, and the World War II American Experience.
This is definitely a World War II event, Memorial Day.
Yes.
As far as reenactors go, sure. Wheels and Tracks is an affiliate of the internationally known Military Vehicle Preservation Association with members all over the world. The MVPA seeks to preserve historic military vehicles for the purpose of education and exhibition. Locally, the Wheels and Tracks participated in shows, parades, convoys, community events, and meets regularly to share common interest of military history and vehicles. For more information, follow them on Facebook at Wheels and Tracks MVPA.
Some of these vehicles come from the World War II American Experience. Oh, and they're gonna. What? They work here, so they're gonna give us the sirens.
Okay, there you go. Gotcha. Blowing kisses.
Yeah, that's Jax, Sharon Jackson. This is a World War II American Experience. It's a new museum that's up above, north of Gettysburg, about 3 miles off the Mumminsburg Road. It strives to educate the public about the American sacrifices made during the world's largest conflict of the 20th century, both on the battlefield and on the home front, and honor their dedication to win the war and preserve freedom.
Very cool. I would love to drive one of those old trucks.
Yeah, right?
If you get a chance, you got to go out to that museum there. They have a lot of neat things to look at.
Ezra calls it the tank store.
Tank store. There you go.
Very dull.
And I do believe that is it for us here, ladies and gentlemen.
Except for the one more group, which is the Wheels of Liberation collection.
I thought this was them. Oh no, got a little more coming. The Wheels of Liberation collection, a Pennsylvania nonprofit 501c3 historical foundation located at 1045 Barlow Two Taverns Road in Gettysburg. This is their first time in the annual Gettysburg Memorial Day Parade. And they are showcasing a World War II era vehicles and an M4 series Sherman tank.
Which who doesn't love?
Who doesn't love that?
The Sherman tank. These are the World War II Experience ones.
Yeah, they have a lot of
I think they just got the whole arsenal out.
I think so too.
I mean, this is their one time to really go crazy.
Yeah. Really show what they got. And they got a lot.
They do, which is pretty impressive.
It is.
Beautifully maintained.
Yeah, really. Very nice.
I wish I could tell you what any of these were.
Well, that's a flim flam and a who's
Where's my husband? My husband would know.
He's
Do you
over
know what
there.
any of these are called? They're called trucks. Come here and talk into the microphone. Oh, no, he's not going to.
It's not going to.
No.
You know, people could learn because of you, Mark.
Yeah, you're depriving
You're depriving people of an education now.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't
Look at
care.
that. That was a man,
Very
face of a man that
selfish.
doesn't care.
That is a man who doesn't care about his fellow man.
Or about his wife.
Or about his wife. Especially when bringing donuts home.
Yeah.
Okay, there we have a guy.
I know that guy, but I don't know who
I
he
don't know, he
is.
salutes well.
He does salute well. Got more vehicles coming. I would need to be behind the biggest vehicle. You know what I mean?
I don't.
I'm such a chicken. Like, give me the vehicle that looks the meatiest. That's the one I'm gonna be in.
Why? Do you
I'm
think
hoping it would be safer.
I thought so. I thought that's what you were thinking.
Yeah.
What do you think, Court? What do you think of all
The
this?
vehicle that what? Why?
Vehicle that what?
The one that you.
She wants to be in the beefiest one because
Oh.
it'll protect her.
Okay.
I would put her in that little.
That little thing.
Yeah.
What's that called, Mark?
Mark doesn't care. He doesn't want you to know.
He does know what they're all called. That's what's so
He
annoying.
may.
That's a half deuce. Of it.
You are
That's a half deuce.
full of full of it.
You're so full of crap.
I told him it looks like the prototype for just ducky tours.
It does.
I don't know.
I do like this because it's cool to see all these trucks at once. To hear those engines,
Yeah.
you know, back when engines were engines, and those sirens when you had to push on the thing to get the air flowing. It wasn't some digital thing. You know,
Ezra's
it's a
having
real
a time.
siren. I bet he is. I bet Ezra is enjoying the hell out of this. As well he should. As well he should.
They are pretty cool.
Oh, thank God. I thought I forgot to hit record.
Oh my god.
Go back and do it again.
Can you imagine?
That would have been wonderful. Donate to dhpioneers.com so that we don't have to worry about me forgetting to hit record. Here's a wrecker. Battles are won with vehicles that run. I like that.
Yeah. Because I bet you they fixed the vehicles.
Probably. I think that's the point.
Oh, look, this one has a car seat in it.
It's got a car seat. Something. No seatbelt, but
Is he asleep?
I don't know.
Oh no, he's awake.
I don't want to get him in trouble if there is a seatbelt. I was just kidding. He doesn't look happy.
No.
Poor little guy. Here's a lovely couple who fell in love. Oh, look at that. They're kissing. Who fell in love in World War II, and now they're in civilian life, raising children in the suburbs of Levittown, Long Island, in the 1950s.
Here's Wheels of Liberation.
Wheels of Liberation. Here we are. Let me read that again, since it's been so long. If I could just get to the page, ladies and gentlemen, I will do it here. Wheels of Liberation Collection is a Pennsylvania nonprofit 501c3, just like DH Pioneers. Historical foundation located at 1045 Barlow 2 Taverns Road in Gettysburg. This is their first time in the annual Gettysburg Memorial Day Parade, and they're showcasing World War II vehicles and an M4 series Sherman tank, which I can't wait to see. I'm hoping it's not on a flatbed, but I'll bet
It is,
because I'm
but it
sure
has tracks that
you
will bring
can't.
it around.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not good for the road.
Where's Ezra? I want to see his face when he sees the tank. I don't don't know where he went.
He left.
Down front there. I got hella down. They're sitting down now. Right over there. I saw him in the back of one of those trucks earlier. Yeah, he hopped in the half track. Oh my god. Does he know that's a train? Yeah, Sherman's got it.
And here comes the Sherman. This is cool. This is very cool.
Oh, okay. Here he comes.
Comes the Sherman.
He has his little face.
All right, and this is it. This is the end here, ladies and gentlemen.
There's Gail.
This is the Sherman Sag. Isn't that something, ladies and gentlemen? Isn't that something?
He's yelling at it. He's out there. This is the greatest day ever. Oh, and here's the public of.
And this is the public of Gettysburg. If you've ever wondered what we all look like,
Here we are.
here we are. Here we
Our
are.
red, white, and blues.
Everybody's here with their Memorial Day gear. You've got some American flag shirts, American flag panties and bras, and American flag socks and shoes.
I thought you were
American
going to rhyme
flags are everywhere. No, I'm just talking like an idiot. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed. So every time we do these parades, I got something wrong with my throat. I hope you enjoyed our coverage of the Memorial Day Parade, the 158th Memorial Day Parade 2025 in Gettysburg. Another one in the bag. And of course, you will not find commentary or any coverage of anything in Gettysburg like you'll find it here at Addressing Gettysburg. And of course, we are doing this because of our wonderful patrons over at patreon.com/addressinggettysburg and the tremendous corporate and private donations from people who have put us in their will and have passed away and whatnot at dhpioneers.com. That is how we do this and so much more that you can't even imagine. Thank you very much for watching, Bethany. Thank you for your kind
Hey,
assistance.
thank you for letting me.
What'd you think of that, Ezra?
Ezra, come over here. What'd you think of that tank?
Yeah?
Yeah,
Good.
what'd you think of it?
Ezra's got
cool?
It was cool. There you go. Ezra's got the final word on that, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.